Ooh, wait. Every single NBA team got into action tonight. It was a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. My team didn't win tonight, the Chicago Bulls. But other than that, we had a few games come down to the wire. The Cavaliers and the Bucks came down to the wire. The Denver Nuggets went down to the wire as well. It seems like that's every night for them versus the Raptors. The Suns and Sixers down to the wire as well. And then it was a good night for basketball. Of course, we're gonna get right into all of the NBA action with your boy Big Bro over here on NBA Central After Hours, right after the intro.
Thank you for tuning in to the number one place for your basketball fix, NBA Central, hosted by the Cognac Boys.
What's the word, NBA basketball fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central After Hours with your boy Big Kev. Staying up late. I know most of y'all sleep, but it is what it is. We're gonna get right into the action, but of course, if y'all want to hear anything from us, follow us at NBA Central Pod wherever you receive your social media. All right, we'll get right into it. Earlier tonight, the Milwaukee Bucks fall to 1-6 as they lose 116 to 114 versus the 8-0 Cleveland Cavaliers. And what a game it was. Dame Lillard bouncing back from a slow start to the season. No Giannis tonight. And Bobby Portis had a crazy game with 21 points and 18 rebounds. Torian Prince just not giving Milwaukee anything, especially tonight. 3 points for him. Gary Trent Jr., 4 points for him. Brooke Lopez, 13 points and 6 rebounds. Damian Lillard was the star of the show with 36 points, and it just was not enough as it's been for the Milwaukee Bucks all season long. These guys just cannot get over the hump as they fall to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers improve to 8-0. Crazy. We knew they were going to be good, but who thought this was going to be a shootout between Damian Lillard and Darius Garland? Darius Garland with 39 points and 8 assists. Donovan Mitchell, the reigning Eastern Conference Player of the Week, with 14 points himself. Mobley with 17 points and 5 rebounds. With Jared Allen with 14 points, 15 rebounds, and 1 block. That 1 block was at the basket with Damian Lillard trying to go for the game-winning layup, just not enough to get over the hump. And the Milwaukee Bucks, stinky. They didn't fell down to 1-6 to start the season. That is crazy. Nobody could have told me that the Bucks would have been 1-6 to start the season. But with no Giannis tonight, hey, they had an uphill battle versus a very good Cleveland Cavaliers team. Cleveland Cavaliers re-upped with pretty much everybody on their roster. They feel like they have a championship nucleus, and right now they are looking like a threat in the Eastern Conference. The Chicago Bulls lose to the Utah Jazz, and the Bulls, man, they want to come from behind every night. Every night. Every single night, the Chicago Bulls want to play basketball in which they come from behind, and they could not get the victory today. They lose 135 to 126 after a strong third quarter. They just could not muster the strength to overcome in the fourth quarter, and they lose to a team that had not won a single game. They hadn't won a single game all year. Iota Sumo got the start today in place of Zach LaVine, but wasn't enough. 25 points from him, 13 points from Patrick Williams. Nikola Vucevic with another strong night, 13 points and 10 rebounds. Kobe White with 28 points, 15 points from Josh Giddey to go along with 7 assists. The bench didn't do much for the Chicago Bulls with Taylor Horton Tucker leading the way there, 10 points. Chicago Bulls fall to the Utah Jazz, 135 to 126. And Utah got that first win of the season. Steph Curry back in action tonight. Put up 24 points and 6 assists. Draymond Green with 18 and 8. Can't believe it. 18 and 8 from Draymond Green, Mr. Triple Single himself. Jackson got another 12 points to go along with 6 rebounds. Andrew Wiggins with 5 points. But the story of the Golden State Warriors is off the bench. Buddy Hield, 20 points with another 3 3 pointers made today for him. Hey, he's been the sign of the offseason right now for the league, really. He could be the sixth man of the year when it's all said and done. The LA Lakers, ugh, they lose to the stanky Detroit Pistons. I can't believe it. And it was another wasted MVP effort from Anthony Davis, who had 37 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. They just didn't have enough. LeBron James with only 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 11 assists, but they didn't get anything from Rui Hachimura. Austin Reeves was solid, but D'Angelo Russell was not. And they got nothing from their bench, only 10 bench points for the Lakers as they lose to the Detroit Pistons. The Celtics destroy the Hawks 123-93. The Brooklyn Nets, good game from them again. These guys are just showing that they have heart as they take down the Memphis Grizzlies 106 to 104. 106 to 104. The Brooklyn Nets. Who would have thought that these guys would have started off the way that they have? Zach Edey with a big night. A lot of people didn't think he would translate well to the NBA. He's proving a lot of his detractors wrong with 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks. But hey, John Morant had 25 points. Jaren Jackson Jr. had 15 points, but that was it. It just wasn't enough to overcome the Brooklyn Nets, who got strong efforts from Cam Johnson and Dennis Schroeder, 20 points apiece. Dorian Finney-Smith chipped in with 17 himself. The Brooklyn Nets surprising people, improving to 4-4 in the Eastern Conference. And what I consider one of the games of the night was the Miami Heat versus the Sacramento Kings. And what a fourth quarter it was for those guys. And the Kings take the win 111 to 110 when it looked like the Miami Heat was running away with it late in the game. The Sacramento Kings showed moxie behind DeMar DeRozan's 26 points and 6 assists. He hit a 4-point play to start the rally. You got a strong dunk from De'Aaron Fox, who had 28 points tonight. Big dunk from him and a tip in from Sabonis. Domantas Sabonis with 16 points and 16 rebounds, none bigger than the rebound that he obtained at the end of the game. Put the ball back into the basket to secure the win. Jimmy Butler looked good tonight for the Miami Heat with 27 points. So did Tyler Hero with 27 points, but it was not enough to overcome the Sacramento Kings as the Miami Heat fall to 0-3 at home. 0-3 at the crib. That's not Heat culture. The Rockets stunned the Knicks to improve to 4-3. The Rockets are my dark horse in the Western Conference, man. I feel like they're gonna make the playoffs or at least the play in. They win 109-97 with strong efforts from Sengun, 25 points, 14 rebounds. That's just a big win for them, beating a Knicks team that made a lot of roster changes. These guys came into the season as one of the favorites in the East, but they're only 3-3. Timberwolves take care of business versus the Hornets, 114-93. The Oklahoma City Thunder remain undefeated, 102-86 win over the Magic. The Magic truly miss Banchero. The Trailblazers beat the Pelicans 118-100. The Pacers getting on track 134-127 over the Mavericks in Dallas. Dallas struggling at the crib. The Nuggets can't seem to pull away from anybody as they win 121-119 over the Raptors. They needed every inch of whatever it is that Jokic brings to the table every single night. Jokic with 28 points, 14 rebounds, 13 assists, another ho-hum triple-double for him. 2-point win for the Denver Nuggets, and it looked like Toronto might have won that game. They were up big down the stretch, but Denver has that championship pedigree, and they overcame that deficit to get the win in a game that just ended, which was a fun game that I got to watch tonight. The Phoenix Suns ruined Paul George's debut as the 76ers. The 76ers fall to 1-5 as Kevin Durant takes over in the fourth quarter for the Phoenix Suns to take the victory over the doggone 76ers at the crib. Kevin Durant with 35 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists, 14 made field goals, and Yusuf Nurkic with 15 points, 15 rebounds. It was just a good game, all around game from those two to carry them to victory. In the bench, came in and did their thing with Royce O'Neal with 15, Grayson Allen with 14 points, Mason Plumlee chipped in with 5, and the Phoenix Suns edge out the 76ers and ruin the debut of Paul George, and finally the Clippers, the LA Clippers, get their first win at the Intuit Dome. And honestly, I watched this entire game. It did not look like they were going to get their first win tonight. They were down 40-14 at the end of the first quarter. Crazy, crazy, but they held the San Antonio Spurs to 16 points in the second quarter and 18 points in the fourth quarter to get the win 113 to 104. 113 to 104. Victor Wembanyama with 24 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 9 blocks. But it was not enough to overcome the Clippers, who just really willed themselves to their first home win of the season behind Norman Powell's 23 points, 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists for James Harden in a really good game from the bench, as Coffee gave you 21 points, Kendrick Nunn with 11 points, Kevin Porter Jr. with 6, and Nicholas Batum with 3. That's what really did it. The bench came in and sustained the win. You know what? I feel good for the Clippers. They've been in the shadow of the LA Lakers, and they're still in the shadow of the LA Lakers, even though the Lakers lost to Detroit tonight. But they have their own stadium now. No more sharing locker rooms. No more sharing the home court with the other LA team. The Clippers are finally able to taste the thrill of victory at their home court, and maybe they can have some home court advantage in the Western Conference, because we all know that LA goes through the Lakers. It goes through the Lakers. So we got to see them get that win after having a couple of close calls to start the season. They finally got that win at the crib, and I know their owner was happy to see it. I know the fans were happy to see it. They've been clamoring for a stadium for years for the LA Clippers, and they finally getting out of the shadow of the LA Lakers. Hey, good job for them, because it didn't look like they was going to get it. I mean, they were letting the San Antonio Spurs run all over them, losing 40-14 at the end of one. That was crazy to see them come all the way back. But in this new age NBA, no lead is safe. No lead is safe, whether it's 36 points, 26 points, 20 points, 15 points. It does not matter. Any team on any given night can come back and get a win. So shout out to the Clippers for getting their first home win. Shout out to the Suns for ruining Paul George's debut for the 76ers. It is what it is. And the Bucks, oh my God, can anybody in the comments tell me what's going on with the Milwaukee Bucks? I mean, seriously, Doc Rivers, you can't coach these guys up to a win at all. Another one possession loss for these guys, 116 to 114 to the 8-0, now 8-0 Cleveland Cavaliers on a night where Donovan Mitchell did not have it going. It wasn't because of Donovan Mitchell that they won this game. You let Darius Garland go out there and practically score 40 on you, 39 points and 8 assists. You can't coach these guys up to stop Darius Garland. Come on, Doc Rivers. What's going on with you, my guy? What's going on with you? The Lakers have come back down to earth too. After starting 3-0, they're now 4-3. Uh, they lost to the Clippers, not the Clippers, the Pistons. The Detroit Pistons beat the Lakers tonight. And it was an all-around effort from the Detroit Pistons, with Jaden Ivey giving you 26 points. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes back from the dead to give you 19. Cade Cunningham had a triple-double with 17, 11, and 11. But Jesus, the doggone Pistons, come on, Lakers. You can't lose to them. You cannot lose to I keep saying Clippers, to the Pistons. I don't care if you're at home or on the road. You cannot lose to the Pistons if you have championship aspirations, which the Lakers have every single season. But it was cool to have all 30 teams in the NBA going at it tonight. It was a fun night to watch, even though my Bulls lost. I mean, how do you lose to the Utah Jazz? They didn't have no wins, and the Utah Jazz is out there chirping like they championship contenders. Like seriously, I get it. You're happy you got your first win, but calm down, young fellas. Y'all got a lot of work to do. It's your first win of the season. But again, the Phoenix Suns, Kevin Durant is on a mission. He's on a mission. Like for real, for real. Two people that's on the mission right now, Kevin Durant and Anthony Davis for the Lakers, they have a lot to prove right now. They got a lot to prove right now. But Kevin Durant with 35 points, he doesn't look like he's slowing down at all. At all. At what is he, 35, 36 years old now? And he's still playing at a very, very high level. I know we like to focus on LeBron James and talk about how good he's playing, but Kevin Durant is giving you 26.7 rebounds and 3 assists. And listen, all this back and forth and chitter chatter between him and Stephen A. Smith, I think Stephen A. Smith has low key lit a fire under Kevin Durant. Lit a fire under him. Look, Stephen A. Smith is saying that Kevin Durant is not a leader. He doesn't make the players around him better. And Kevin Durant is like, yo, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. And tonight, where the starters weren't giving you much, only 17 points from Bradley Beal, 15 rebounds from Nurkic had a great game, 15 and 15. But Devin Booker only had 13, and Trey Jones only had 4. So Kevin Durant carried this team. Tyus Jones, why I say Trey. Tyus Jones only had 4 points. Kevin Durant carried this team to a victory tonight. Carried them in a game in which the 76ers were leading down the stretch. Can't be mad at it. So a big game, big nights for the NBA for every team to play. I enjoyed myself. No games tomorrow. It's election day. So go out and vote or don't vote. It's your right. You can choose either way. If you vote, good for you. If you don't vote, hey, it is what it is. And then we'll be back in action on Wednesday with a nice slate of basketball. My Chicago Bulls taking on the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas, where they're looking kind of shaky at the crib. The Magic versus the Pacers. Pistons versus the Hornets. It's going to be a big night. The Warriors versus the Celtics, which is a big game right there over on ESPN. And then you have the Knicks and the Hawks going at it. The Cavaliers and the Pelicans. The Cavaliers looking to stay undefeated. The Lakers and the Grizzlies. The Spurs and the Rockets in the Southwest matchup. The Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns. And the Thunder looking to stay undefeated as they take on the Nuggets. The Raptors and the Kings going at it. That's a rematch. I'm not sure if y'all saw Drake staring down DeRozan the other day like he was some plug thug. Like, come on, Drake. You're too light skinned for all that. And the Sixers and the Clippers going at it as Paul George headed back to LA to take on the Clippers in the game on ESPN to close out the night. So on Wednesday, you get a fresh slate of basketball, but no basketball tomorrow night. So y'all can go out and vote and have a good time with your families. It's your boy, Big Kev. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us over here on NBA Central. And for all of you Chicago sports fans, if you like any Chicago team, just type that name in and put Central behind it. You'll be able to see all the different pages that we represent, from Chicago Cubs, White Sox, Blackhawks, Sky, Bears, Bulls, NBA Central, Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Gang. And listen, we're going to holler at y'all next time. Thank y'all for rocking with me on NBA Central After Hours. We're going to get it.